Welcome back to the channel. I had to take my brand new 2024 GMC Sierra 2500 AT4X in for service. That is a mouthful, by the way. And I am still wondering why the UAW wanted more money to build these cars, because I was hoping they would be built better, but it's not the case. Hopefully that doesn't continue to increase the price of these vehicles, because I'll be honest with you guys, this truck has been great. But there have been a few things on this truck that I've noticed, and I'm probably gonna have to take it back in for service again, because unfortunately there is an issue that I have actually noticed. I mentioned it in a video I did on a white AT4X when I drove it. And this truck here, well, let's just go for a quick drive. Nice. Now, one thing I'll say about Utah, it snows and rains here so much, and I just kind of stopped washing my cars. I don't even care anymore. Like, this thing has been dirty for like the last 2 or 3 months. I mean, I have rinsed it off to get the salt off of it, but apart from that, I don't scrub it. It's pointless out here. I don't know if it used to rain this much before we got here. It rains a ton and snows a ton out here. Cannot keep anything clean. So, the first issue I had, I did a video with you guys when I actually towed my trailer for the first time. I'll show you guys some quick footage really quickly so you know I'm not lying. Let's go and put the mirrors in tow mode. So let's see, right here. Hold on. Uh-oh. Oh boy. So look. Wow. This side is going out and extending, but this side's not. Wow. And these guys want more money to build these cars. I wouldn't pay you more money, because that's just insane right there. So yes, the mirror on my truck would not extend. Now, as you guys can see, it is extending. So it's working. Now this side always worked, no problem. Now, originally, the lights worked. If I wanted to adjust the mirror, that worked. Blind spot monitoring worked. All those features worked on the mirror. The only thing that didn't work was the power extending. It would even power fold too. Now, you guys ready to hear what was wrong? When this truck was built at the manufacturer, they forgot to plug the mirror in. So yes, the mirror was never plugged in for extending it out. Now, I'm not sure how many plugs they have, because I would have expected that a plug would fix all of that. I mean, all the stuff that's working already, I would have expected that to be a part of it, but I don't know. They said that it wasn't plugged in. That's what they told me, but everything else worked on the mirror. So I don't know what the situation was there, but they got me a brand new mirror. I would have been okay with them just to plug it in and just roll with it, but they gave me a new mirror, so I'm happy about that, I guess. And yeah, I said it earlier in the video, the UAW, they want more money, but I mean, that should transpire into better quality, and I hope that someone sees this video and make a change, because yeah, these trucks shouldn't have any issues like that. I mean, that's such a minor issue, but it shouldn't happen. So that was fixed under warranty. I did get the oil change, and I got the tires rotated as well. They had like a package deal. If you bought 3 oil changes, you can buy them for I think it was, well, I paid $190 in total, so that was with taxes and everything, but I don't know what the package cost. But 3 oil changes, conventional oil. Going into the, you know, spring and summertime, I'm okay to run conventional oil, so not a big deal for me. But let's talk about the next point. You guys ready? Let's go. When I first bought this truck, I immediately noticed this issue, but I've been waiting to see if it would continue to happen, because sometimes when trucks are new, you'll feel certain things that kind of go away on their own, but this has kind of stayed around. It's very rare that it does it, but it still does it. It's very rare. Now, in the trucks in tow haul mode, it doesn't do it. When you're towing a trailer, it doesn't do it. It's only when you're unloaded. So let me just make this point really quickly. 3/4 ton GMs and gas trucks have 11.5-inch ring gear. So if you have a 3/4 ton or 1 ton gas, it's gonna have 11.5-inch ring gear. My gas truck with the 10-speed Allison for 2024 did not do this. And I've had 3 I'm sorry, I had 2 other GMs with the Allison transmission, both 1-ton diesels. Neither one of those did what this truck is doing either. So what normally happens is, if let's just say I'm at 40 miles an hour, I don't think that the truck's quite in 10th gear at this speed. It's probably like in maybe 7th gear. So if I give it maybe 20% acceleration, and then I give it a little bit more acceleration, the transmission will like stumble. And it's very, very uncomfortable. It's like a hesitation, then a stumble. It's like the torque converter is not locking up completely. And it's not all the time. It doesn't do it in tow haul mode. If you're in tow haul mode, it never does it. But when you start to give it a little bit of acceleration and it downshifts, it's like the transmission stumbles. It hesitates and then it stumbles. But it's not doing it right now. I probably need to get the truck warmed up a little bit more. Like, I think when it's like about 140 degrees on the transmission temp, that's when I really notice it. It's very rare that it happens. It's only at like the lower speeds like this, and then if you give it a little acceleration, see, right now it's acting great. It's not doing it, but it's very rare. And I'm gonna see if I can have the dealer just recalibrate the transmission, because the white truck that I did a video on, if you didn't watch that video, I discussed it in that video. And I noticed that that truck, even though it wasn't at complete operating temp, it never did the hesitation or that stumble that normally happens. But it could just simply be a reflash that could fix the issue. And someone in the comment section had mentioned it, so hopefully you watch all my videos and we'll respond again. If you've had the same issue, let me know in the comment section too. I would like to hear your thoughts as well, because if this is an issue, then hopefully we can get a warranty claim done or something like that, because it would be nice for that to go away. I don't like the way it feels. It feels like the transmission is just not operating correctly. That's what it feels like. The last thing I want to discuss in this video is the tires. I originally was telling you guys that this truck is stiff and it feels like a sports car. Now, I do think the DSSV helps to dampen the ride on this truck to make it perform like that. This truck is stiff, not because of the suspension, but because of the tires. I've had a few guys email me. One guy I remember for sure, he had a bunch of problems with his truck. Now, I think he had an AEV package, however, and he said that his truck rode horrible. Now, you can obviously lower the tire pressure. I do run mine at max. 65 is max, and I just don't care. I've gotten used to it. And if you run it maybe at like maybe 55 or 57, however low you can without it throwing a check engine light, because with these GM trucks you can't recalibrate the tire pressure monitoring system anymore. But yeah, however low you can run that pressure without the tire pressure monitoring coming on, it should help with the ride. But unfortunately, with these stiffer tires, it does ride stiff. But the other issue is these tires are loud, and I've driven on Goodyear Wrangler Territory MTs in the past, not necessarily in a 305 tire like this one, but they weren't this loud. And I think the one truck I drove, they were aftermarket tires on the truck, and I want to say it had like maybe 20,000 miles on it or something like that, somewhere in the neighborhood of mileage. I can't remember exactly, but it was a used truck that I drove because I saw they had the MTs. I wanted to see how they felt because I was ordering one of these trucks. I wanted to see, and I was like really pleased with it. I almost wonder if GM wheels or some of their wheels like have a lot of road noise. I don't know, I'm just speculating right now. But if you drive a half-ton Trail Boss, those tires are the Duratrax, and they are super loud too, right? But I've driven Duratrax on Tremors, Super Duties that is, and also the Duratrax on the Rebel half-ton and 3/4 ton, and they're not loud, but they're only loud on the Silverado Trail Bosses, on the half-ton segment that is. So I don't know. But if you are getting one of these, if you are gonna probably upgrade your tires, I think at this point I might just keep these. They already have 7,000 miles. I'm not sure if you guys know this. I drove 7,000 miles in like 2 months on this truck. It's crazy. But yeah, these tires are loud over, you know, the miles that I have basically. And maybe I'll do a separate video on that, but maybe I'll run it at a lower PSI to see if it does make it a little bit less stiff, and then if it does anything with the noise. But yeah, apart from that, I do love the truck. I love the color. I'm really happy that I bought this one. It has everything I want in terms of like the look. I like the lifted look of this truck. I like the 35s already on there, and I like the interior. It's like the perfect setup. So GM did a great job here, and I'll let you guys know what I do if I do decide to take this truck in for service and get the transmission recalibrated. I'll let you guys know, and then I'll just do updates and see if that does fix the problem. So be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. Make sure your bell notifications are on. See you guys soon.